Thanks very much, Ross. Yeah, beautiful spring evening here at the Liberty. I think the heavy coats, the scarves and the gloves are a bit of a giveaway, but hopefully something to warm the hearts as Wales did. Unfortunately for the Dragons, Andrew Coombs, who was supposed to play, a late withdrawal. Ian Nimmo takes his place, but so good to see Dan Lydiate back at number 6 alongside the captain Lewis Evans. Jack Dixon back from Wales under 20 Six Nations duty, even though he's still only 18 years old. And Ross Wardle, 21-year-old from Bedwas, making his debut on the wing. End of September against Edinburgh when Dan Lydiate broke his ankle, unfortunately, and almost 6 months later he now just has a month to try and impress Warren Gatland and the rest of the Lions selectors to try and get on to that plane to Australia. Alan Wynne-Jones will be on that plane unless something pretty remarkable happens in the meantime. Will he be there as captain? Certainly there is a big focus behind him. And Richard Hibbard, another one who's making big claims for Lions inclusion. The superb Six Nations, including the crucial try up in Scotland. Some of the big hits we saw, and a testament of how important this game is to the Ospreys. Bevington played in the Six Nations, Hibbard, Adam Jones, Alan Wynne-Jones, Ian Evans, Justin Tipperick, all back in the starting lineup. They want to win, they want a bonus point win as well. And Daniel Biggar, another who had an excellent tournament outside the very influential Khan Fotwali. And one big name on the bench for the Dragons, Toby Faletau, wearing 20. Jevon Groves is the one who comes in late on. John Lacey of Ireland, the man in charge this evening, as the Ospreys try and get back into playoff contention. Just outside the top 4 at the moment. They'll be looking for a win. They won't admit it, but they'll be looking for a bonus point win as well, because they've only got one more home game to come, and they've got trips to Glasgow and Leinster to end their season, both of whom are in the top 3, which is going to make it very difficult. So they need as many points in the bank as they possibly can.
Yes, undoubtedly it's the Scarlets that have the better run in. It all starts here for the Ospreys. You're right, they won't be saying it, but inside they'll know it. It's all about appetite tonight, I think. How much fight is in the Dragons at this late stage in the season? Out of the mix. How are those guys returning from last week's glory going to fare? What's their mindset? We'll soon find out.
The Welsh scrum, such a potent force.
Crouch!
Despite what Graham Rowntree said.
Score. Touch! Set!
Nathan Buck, well, nearest camera, just going to ground there. Almost hitting 21 stone.
Get a bind up straight away.
But not getting the hit on the first scrum.
Get a bind up straight away.
All too common sight. Penalty at the first scrum. Really perfected that slice kick with the outside of the foot to the near touchline.
If ever there was an impact player,
I need you to get a bind
Toby
on
Faletau fits
floor.
that bill. See what the situation is of the game though when he gets off that bench to come onto the field. Doubtless he will. Nicely delivered line-out ball. Fotwali straight to Ashley Beck, and he's back up and running. Great strength from Beck. Hibbard, Bevington, change of angle from Biggar. Haberfield, oh, nice footwork. Immediate pressure from the Ospreys. The forwards just dropping off in readiness to do the carrying. Constantly changing the point of attack. Open blind, open blind. And at the base of everything, Fotwali already there within 10 metres of the Dragons' try line. Good hands. Dangerous ball, but it could create space for Beck. And out wide to Tom Isaacs. The former Dragon upended a couple of metres short. Looked as though he was in touch, but touch judge says no, and the Ospreys are allowed to continue with the early pressure. Nicely taken again by Beck. This time it's Spratt who's out wide. Desperate defence from Dragons early on. Didn't have to expect to put in this many tackles so early.
Use it!
Bigger. Plenty of ball carrying forwards alongside him, James King.
Time to Joffrey's.
And the penalty eventually comes, which Fotuali takes quickly and straight through. And 3.5 minutes of constant pressure turns to a try for Khan Fotuali and 5 points for the Ospreys.
What a start from the Ospreys. Do they have the appetite? Don't they just? And very quick thinking from Fotuali. Once he takes that quick tap, the referee shouting, leave him. It's a yellow card if they do anything to get in his way. No one behind a flat line defence. Got to leave him. In you go. Quick thinking from the scrum half. And a very, very impressive opening salvo from the Ospreys.
Dan Bigger wastes no time whatsoever in adding the extras, and it's a dream start for the Ospreys. It's not worth getting yellow carded for that, because it would only be another penalty, and you're down to 14 men, and even more hard work to be done.
Gives you an idea, though. This Osprey side are packing at the moment when you think of the Wales Stars returning, and they're coming back to a scrum half who's been one of the best we've seen this year.
They're going to miss him next year.
Use it!
He's Northampton bound. Richard Fussell, another former Dragon. Stefan Jones out to Daniel Evans. Well read by Dan Bigger. Timed his run well and got shot of it to Fussell again. Was in a far, far better position to put the ball downfield. It's good communication. And from way inside their own 22, nothing the Dragons can do except just put the ball out of play and regroup.
I thought on the first occasion Fussell might have moved it, but that second kick, great territory gain. Very accomplished left foot.
Sean, what did you make of that opening for the Ospreys?
Yes, Gar, and it was all set at the first scrum, a penalty. Daniel Bigger kicks it down the line, and a great first phase from Ashley Beck, and Hibbert gets into the game with his ball carrier. Great start from the Ospreys.
And when Jones supplies the line out, and Beck again making huge yardage for the Ospreys. Hibbard again, first receiver, quite happy to do the hard graft. Alan Wynne-Jones straight in there again. Jonathan Thomas pressurising around the fringes. They're in danger of losing it, but Adam Jones doing enough. And then Bevington. Bigger. Fussell. Oh, the angle was on, but the space was there anyway. And Tom Haberfield gets a second Ospreys try within 7 minutes. What a devastating start.
Oh, and it's the hands from Spratt. Magnificent take and give. It's a man and ball pass, just about, but he does so well to get it away to the spare man. Doesn't have a lot of time here. Fixes the defender. Really makes the numbers count. Pass asks a lot of him, but look at that. Gets the hands out early, goes with the pass, puts Haberfield in. Textbook.
First try for Tom Haberfield. And he can certainly thank Jonathan Spratt for those quick hands. Spratt that could well have been tempted to just cut back on the inside shoulder of Adam Hughes defending. He used the ball perfectly, and perfect is the word for the conversion as well from Daniel Biggar. The Ospreys are flying.
And this becomes a daunting prospect immediately within the first 10 minutes for the Dragons. It's the Ospreys centres that are really featuring. Beck especially looking at a guy that's venting a bit of frustration, wants a bit of the action. He's in the middle of everything at the moment.
Already it looks as though it's going to be a long, long night for the Dragons.
Stay.
Haberfield ready to give chase to Fotowali's kick. Perfectly weighted, a good pressure on Lewis Evans. The appetite from the Ospreys team, all of them in this opening period, is quite incredible. Whether it is the influence of the returning Six Nations champions, or just the realisation that, okay, it's a huge month, let's leave nothing out there.
Yeah, it's an infectious buzz. We saw it last year as well on the final push into the Pro 12 title. The Welsh guys came back and really put a shift in for the close of the season. They look up for it again tonight.
Dan Evans weighs up his options, not too much on, looking for a bit of territory. And that is a perfectly weighted kick from Evans. So it's a bit of respite for the Dragons. Owen Williams has got another 14 points for the Scarlets. And just before the interval, Liam Williams got a try, and Joe Sneeman has got a second one. So after being 5-0 down for a while, the Scarlets look to be running away with it. Seeing Ryan Jones there, hoping that they'll award it Phil Steele at half-time. That's 2 tries for the Scarlets. If they can get 2 more, they'll stay in 4th, whatever the outcome here. The Ospreys have to chase them down, because the Ospreys have got a far superior points difference. That could be worth an extra point on its own. Nimmo again, 7. The line now target.
5. That's 1-9.
They'll have to use it next time. Wayne Evans.
Use it!
Waits, and there comes the instruction. Dixon. Ospreys trying to hold him on his feet, but the Dragons have got him to ground. Adam Jones.
Three move!
Good clearance by Dan Lydiate.
No, it's backwards.
And in the end, the Dragons winning themselves a penalty.
Yeah, 13. 13 slap down. Okay. Captain, I'd like you to have a word as well. Intentional slap.
And naturally enough, after the onslaught at the beginning, the Dragons just want to settle themselves by getting something on the board.
Yeah, still need to start chasing corners, get some reward.
No problem with having a goal. Just if you do when you go off your feet, you're not supporting your body weight. Just attach to it. I know, but just attach away, okay?
Stefan Jones puts the ball safely between the posts. The Dragons get their first points of the evening.
Ospreys 14, the Dragons 3.
Let's go and see what kind of company Phil Steele's got then.
I've got Griff Rees, the Ospreys backs coach here. Griff, virtually apart from that penalty, then a perfect start. As a coach now, how much input do you have to have, or do you just let the players just get on with it? They've done everything right type of thing?
Well, a lot of it is just reinforcing some of our attacking messages pre-game, really, where we want to attack off our line-out game, where we can expose them then in face play thereafter.
A couple of the other regions have rested their international boys this week. You haven't. How much persuasion do they take to turn out tonight?
Not very little. They all want to play. They're proud Ospreys. They know that they want to get a league championship again.
And bonus points obviously important at this stage of the season. You've gone off with a bang. Is that something you talked about?
No, not at all. No, we know the Dragons always present a tough test down here, so it's just about win the game and then see where we are.
OK, thanks for your time, Griff.
Cheers, Phil.
Charlo, back to you.
Thanks, Phil. Bevington, ready. Then Fotoli slips it away. Beck. Bigger. Jonathan Thomas. Speed with which the Ospreys are getting rid of the ball from the breakdown.
Quality possession at the base is excellent.
Release! One, stay on your feet. Okay?
Little change in tactics from Fotoli in the end.
He probably preferred that one just stayed in. Undoubtedly they'll go after this throw.
Big defensive line out for the Dragons. Well taken by Adam Jones.
And release, Black!
Pressure from Tipperick on Lewis Evans, the Dragons captain, but he's done enough to create enough space and time for Dan Evans to get the clearance kick in. But Alan Wynne-Jones, a bit of a worry at the moment.
No!
Just to remind you, red button this evening, it's Edinburgh against Ulster. And Rick O'Shea will be online, so if you want either that or the Welsh language commentary, then go to bbc.co.uk/scrum5. The first quarter of an hour done. Must feel like half an hour for the Dragons.
Leave him.
Ian Nimmo is winning them plenty of line-out ball.
Move! 5!
Yeah, both line-outs very productive at the moment.
Tom Isaacs, who's just signed a new contract to stay with the Ospreys, has had a number of their youngsters.
Yeah, that's a good decision. Dragons won the contact area there.
15, release the ball and then played it again. Yeah, right where I am.
And if they can just chip away at that lead, and it'll keep their spirits up and keep them in the hunt.
Okay.
You can see that first hit is won by the Ospreys. He's on the floor. Isaac's not releasing. You can play straight away. You can play it straight away. But despite seeing it very often, you can't keep your hands on it for that length of time.
It's a good chase by Adam Hughes and great work over the ball by Nick Cudd. Excellent strike, Steffan Jones, but just shades the wrong side of the post for him. Disappointed because he certainly had the measure of the kick. More than just a shave. Interesting battle at the breakdown because Nick Cudd has been playing very well indeed for the Dragons. One of the smallest open sides out there, but he's very good over the ball.
He's got a battle on his hands tonight, that's for sure.
Lewis Evans, the Dragons captain. Dan Evans up from full-back, spotting half a gap.
Hold, fine.
Nimmo. Stefan Jones backing himself, but Haberfield very well covered and straight out to Fussell, and there'll be a big gap there now. Evans has to go trudging all the way back. So they stay in play. Haberfield almost got it the second time. Oh, unlucky for Dan Evans, trying to work Jack Dixon into a bit of space.
Yeah, Dan Evans looking lively. Haberfield, a very neat player with the Ospreys as well. Taking his chance this year. In the absence of others to show what he can do as a youngster. Sure, he's got a good future.
Let him get his headspace.
And as they go down for the scrum, let's go back to Steely.
I've got Rob Appleyard, the Dragons forwards coach with me. Rob, it was a nuclear start for the Ospreys. You were 14 points down in no time. What's the psychology now then, coaching-wise? Do you just assume it's 0-0? Do you want to try to build?
Yeah, we didn't have the ball for 7.5 minutes at the start of the game, and although we defended courageously, the tempo of their attack and the accuracy just got them 2 quick scores with a quick tap, and did it on the outside there. We're trying to come back in the game, Phil. We need to get territory, we need to get some possession down here, and you're right, 0-0. We just got to keep treating every time we get that ball as a time that we're going to try and creep our way back towards them.
As a forward coach, you wouldn't mind some of those Ospreys boys we do up front?
I'm quite proud of our boys as well. We're working hard. We've nearly got a drive going there. Yes, we're working hard with us on our scrums. It'll be an interesting battle to see whether we can, over 80 minutes, get back at them, Phil.
Well said. Cheers.
Thanks, mate.
Gareth, back to you.
Thanks, Phil. Yeah, after the opening 7 minutes, the next 13, it's actually 3-0 to the Dragons.
Well, is this Lewis Evans diving on the ball, or is he dragged onto it by an Ospreys player at the ruck? Yeah, he has. He's overstretched. He's gone down, despite Adam Jones's considerable bulk helping him finish it off.
Oh yeah, that's what the Ospreys want. They want tries. Going for the corner. Alan Wynne-Jones and Ian Evans. What a partnership they've been for Wales in the Six Nations. Venditti is going to try for the Zebra. Fotouali. Oh, beautifully played for Ashley Beck. What a superb bit of work by Khan Fotouali and Ashley Beck between them. Fooled them completely. Excellent try.
Well, what you got here, Charlie, you just got 2 guys running at pace, and there's danger everywhere. How does a defence cope with this? From the set piece, but space is created, and Fotouali just runs the angle, offers the inside to Beck. It's good footwork actually from the big man to finish it off. He's enjoying his game this evening. Watch the pace off Fotouali and originally. You can see the eyes, little show. He's not going to throw the big pass, so he's going to give the slip one on the angle. And no contact. Wayne Evans stepped, not a finger on Ashley Beck as he runs in. A lovely try.
Again, the conversion is good from Dan Biggar, and that's 3 of the 4 the Ospreys were looking for, with 18 minutes of the first half remaining.
A lot to be said for the lateral run, I think, with these linear defences. Drag them across, leave a space. There's a hole somewhere.
That 3-0 lead the Dragons are enjoying is fairly short-lived thereafter. Lovely step by Dan Evans, and he needed it because Richard Hibbard was lining him up.
That is one person you do not want to run into.
Fatwali gets it away again to Tom Isaacs.
That's a very good point about him, though. People will start looking for him now. They'll be aware he's on the pitch.
Great hands, bigger to John Thomas. James King. Oh. Interception picked off by Sam Parry, the returning Dragons hooker. And just as well for them. It would well have been bonus time. The Ospreys are playing with such confidence. Fatwali immediately straight over the top, thinking about keeping the ball alive, thinking about keeping the tempo up.
It would have been.
Well, they picked him up after his World Cup exploits, and he's been great value for money. Quite as they meant it, so they'll take it anyway. Figure thinking about going the long way around, thinking about going straight through the middle.
A shape to kick as well, but absolutely the right decision. Patience.
There he is, first receiver once again.
Yes, no, you're straight down there. Leave it down, please.
He could do the job in American football, couldn't he? Or in rugby league, Richard Hibbard at the moment.
Down there, please.
Well, the guy's just got no regard for his own safety, has he? And I say the last thing you want to see when you're on that pitch as you take the ball is a shock of blonde hair charging towards you, because he's going to munch you.
See that? Don't.
On this occasion, he's leading the way with the ball, drops the shoulder, goes to floor, and Jonathan Thomas there, as you can see, off his feet. Quite an obvious one.
Oh, well picked off by James King, and there's a bit of space for him as well.
Well played.
Huge pass from Fatwali, opens up space on the outside. Spratt puts it behind the defence, but in the end the Dragons more than happy just to get it off the park.
Yeah, first poor decision of the evening. Very much a scrambling Dragons defence, very much on the back foot, and by kicking the ball as he did, he took the pressure off them. Might have gained territory, might have the kick.
Substitution, please.
More pressure will come, but ball in hand there, I think. But the athletes in this Ospreys side, you've seen Jonathan Thomas run, and this time it's King on the rampage. Fine athlete that he is. Good tackle, but always in control, and a little offload.
Well, we wondered what the situation would be when Toby Faletau would come on the field. We didn't think it'd be 3 tries down with just 26 minutes gone, but unfortunately Lewis Evans, the captain, has to make way.
Sevens, stay inside, please. That's 1-9-1.
Change of tactic from the Ospreys. They're keeping it tight, going for the drive, going for the roll. And have to use it at the end of this one. They already had their one play at it.
And Nimmo's in there.
Yeah. And it's well defended by the Dragons. Really, Fatwali wanted the ball earlier, and they could have done with releasing it a bit earlier as well.
Yeah, plenty of forwards with good nuisance value. If the chink of light they get in there and get hands on ball, they'll spoil.
He's found his way back to form as Toby Faletau after a little dip. We saw him towards the end of the Six Nations at his very best, ball carrying best.
Yeah, I think there was a great appreciation last weekend of all the hard work that he does. In no way is he a glory 8. Hard yards, big tackles, turnovers, contact areas. To a man last week. They shone in their own right.
Looks like a bit of a tweak calf for Lewis Evans. Phil, back to you.
Yeah, you can probably see him in the background there, Lewis, with his right calf strapped with ice. Painful. Bit of a nod there, yeah, painful. Bad luck for Lewis. Toby Faletau, I can tell you, was going to go on at around about the 50-minute mark, so the Dragons have had to put him on just a little bit earlier than they would have hoped for. But anyway, he's a man in form, so we'll see how Toby goes.
His first job will be locking out this defensive scrum for the Dragons and seeing if he can take a bit of the pressure off. Won't get the chance. As the early engagement has given the Ospreys the free kick.
Yeah, Steely in danger there on the touchline of being hit in the head by a bit of strapping, I would have thought. Some of the looks coming off the Dragons bench.
One. Yeah. It's too quick, okay?
So now it was a defensive scrum for the Dragons, turns into an attacking one for the Ospreys.
Touch! Set! Go again. Stop.
Yeah, you could hear pick up the rhythm of the chant on the referee's mic there. Hit 2, 3, 4. So the timing of the hit all important.
If you picked up something other than just the hit 2, 3, apologies for that as well.
Crouch! Touch! Set!
Full penalty this time.
Yeah, almost too effective. That very difficult for an 8 at the back of a scrum that's motoring forward like that, controlling the ball, staying with the drive. Spilled out, but Dragon scrum had caved.
Treviso Blues live on S4C tomorrow evening. And the highlights from the weekend.
That's enough.
5 o'clock on Sunday with Sam Warburton, special guest with Ross in the studio. Not, of course, to forget Kingsley and Sean, who are equally special. And it's Judgment Day next weekend, the double header with Dragons against the Scarlets live here on Scrum 5. Slightly surprised at the decision to go for goal.
I was just going to say, I don't quite get that. I don't know whether it's a respect thing, but appreciate the 3 tries up, 30 minutes on the clock. But you go for it. You want the bonus point. Without being disrespectful to the Dragons, everything we've seen this evening suggests a comfortable Ospreys win, but get the points on the board, need the tries.
Mentioned earlier, the points difference is vast anyway. Ospreys before this evening on +100, Scarlets on -9.
Got to go for the try.
Oh boys, I need your head and shoulders up close.
Maybe just to give the forwards a breather before the next onslaught.
Okay? We're going to get head and shoulders from them. Let's get set first.
Definitely forward. Jonathan Thomas putting plenty of pace on the ball. Hibbert saw him too late.
Touch! Set!
Wayne Evans Passes slightly behind Steffan Jones. But Jack Dixon gets over that gain line very well. He's a big boy, 6'3" of him, 16 stone, still only 18 years old, playing for the under-20s.
That's a big centre.
The Dragons haven't been down here for a while. Came away with just 3 points in their last venture into the Ospreys 22. In from the blind side wing comes Adam Hughes. Dan Evans, plenty of defenders there for the Ospreys. Faletau has Ball and Richard Hibbard arriving at the same time.
That's the one you don't want.
Nimmo. Oh, well-timed run by Nick Cudd. Loose pass, picked up by Pat Leach. Wayne Evans has a look. Tries to go to the blind side where Ian Nimmo keeps it alive again for the Dragons. They're going through the phases. They need something to show for it at the end of this effort.
Yes, it's a good mix from the Dragons.
12.
Oh, lovely pick-up by Adam Hughes.
That is 12 offside.
He's dying before it had reached Dan Evans. He has it now, though. Slips the tackle, but forced out of play. And the referee will go back for a midfield penalty.
Well, they should be encouraged by that. That was a good mix, guys, running hard.
12 never onside.
Could arrive into a flat pass
never
at pace.
Onside.
Nimmo carrying and through the hands.
12
good
never
effort.
onside.
Well, advantage being played. It's Ashley Beck. You can see it crept up there. Number 12.
Thank you.
And even though they're 3 tries adrift, the Dragons grateful for any points they can lay their hands on. Steffan Jones duly obliges with his second. So just over 5 minutes of the first half remaining. And the Ospreys get the job done before the interval. Out. Long boot downfield, but Fussell has time to pick his counter-attacking option. Jonathan Thomas in support. Fotu Ali just hands it on to Alun Wyn Jones. Yet flying up to put pressure on the Ospreys, but they've got it away again, and Isaacs almost in a little bit of space, but Faletau got across. Fussell, Alun Wyn Jones, King on the wing, back inside to Ashley Beck.
Away attacker!
Fotu Ali, deep pass to Bigger, and then allowing Jonathan Thomas to build up a bit of pace with his run.
Yeah, he's running hard this evening. Tap and go.
Leave him
There goes Fotu Ali. Oh, cleverly done to Fussell. Nice basketball skills from the Ospreys. Not quite the football skills that Ashley Beck needed. And they're looking to get the ball away from contact as much as they possibly can.
Yeah, there's some simplicity to it. You've got big guys running hard and flat, having the ball. And the offloads, there's a real intent with their rugby to keep the ball alive. Try and put men in space.
The Dragons will be longing for that half-time whistle. And the 2 second rows again combining. Spratt stand up his opposite number.
Bigger tracking him to be first man to clear.
Again, Jonathan Thomas making inroads. It's quite legal from Wayne Evans. Haberfield. Hibbard looks to set it up, but this time it's well worked by Adam Jones to win the penalty.
Yeah, that was the occasion where he needed to try and fight to stay on his feet. He just fell at the feet of Cud.
Garrett,
I think it was Lydiate as well, and either one of those is going to turn you over. Just head down, look, ground early, and they're just going to go straight over. And you can see immediately, I think, Hibbard's aware he's in trouble. He's keeping his hand on the ball. That's an easy penalty to give. Adam Jones, actually, second row, getting through some good work there.
Good challenging at the line by the Ospreys. Not content for the Dragons to have any possession. Now then, they could work something here. Fussell, back comes Isaacs. Incredible how Fotterly got that one away. Great skill. Spratt, Beck. Good, called forward.
That's a bit harsh.
Forward.
Certainly fired it at him.
But the way that Fotterly got the other one away from breakdown.
Well, he's having to dig for it, wouldn't he? So he had no backlift. A reverse pass instead. Class act. Have another look at it here. Got his body in the right position for the traditional pass. Just manufactures something.
A very good line in that pass, as actually did.
Ian Nimmo, joined from the Cornish Pirates. And there's been a lot of tackling had to be done in the opening half from the visitors.
It's a man and ball tackle. We talked about wanting to avoid Faletau, Hibbard, teammates last week. Hibbard getting the bragging rights on that occasion.
Space. You're happy. Crouch.
So the final minute of the first half.
9. Move away. Okay, let's go again. Okay. Guys, we need a bind for both of you guys. Went down on your side. Keep that discipline on this side.
With a collapsed scrum, it could well be
Crouch.
the final phase of the first half.
Touch. Set.
That's a good looking Osprey scrum. And Jonathan Thomas takes full advantage. Nicely sipped by Alan Wynne-Jones to Tipperick. Fotterly in there, out to Bigger. Beck. Dragons defending for their lives now with the last move of the first half. And the slightest of knocks on.
Yeah, Bigger just picked the wrong man.
Well, what a first half that was by the Ospreys. Absolutely blitzed the beginning. 2 early tries from Fotwali and Haberfield got them underway. The Dragons fighting their way back. There's another one to come to Ashley Beck, and it's been defence from the Dragons, and it's all about getting one more try and a bonus point. The Ospreys have 40 minutes to do it. At half-time, it's Ospreys 24, Dragons 6. Thanks very much, Ross. Yeah, the man picked up on shot there just before Ian Nimmo was Jevon Groves. He's on for Dan Lydiate. So Lydiate has only played a half this evening. First job for Phil Steele. Find out what the story there is. Hopefully it's just that he's working his way back to match fitness. Great slip from Faletau in the tackle.
It was so slick, it almost looked as if it was dislodged in the tackle.
And Evans gives a bit more time for Stefan Jones to get the clearance kick in. And an excellent one it is.
Yep. Great kick. There you go.
Okay, got it himself.
No let up though. As Fotwali keeps the tempo up.
From behind the hoardings, that one was.
Handy when a scrum half his first one there. And pull off a 40-yard pass like that.
Wasn't quite row 3, but this is what we're seeing now in the modern game. Pitch has gone that much wider. Good job those kids ducked.
Tipperick pressurising. Wayne Evans. Over the top goes Owen Evans. And it's turned over. Spratt, inside ball, and Fassel, he's in space, and he's got support on either shoulder. Fotwali, Isaacs drops off. Great try. What a way to get a bonus point. What a way to get back in the top 4.
Oh, beautiful score. Beautiful score. Guys in space, no panic. Every confidence in the men around them. Fussell time to weigh up his options. Shoulder support both sides. Fotwali knew exactly what he had to do. Here we go, ball goes down. I think it's Tipperick that pounces down in a shot, and then this is the space that's created. Nice inside ball from Spratt. There's the shoulder runners. Draw, give, same again, and then you've got the pace of Isaacs running the angle towards the post to finish off a lovely score.
The conversion, needless to say, goes over with a try being scored underneath the posts. He didn't quite manage it in the first half, but it's taken less than 3 minutes of the second to get the whole shebang. Phil.
Yeah, just spoken to Rob Beale, the Dragons team manager, and there's no problem with Dan Lydiate. It was always their plan just to play him for 40 minutes, just to ease his way back into match fitness. So they're hoping. And apparently he was fine, no injury problem at all. It went well for him, building up the match fitness. Of course, he's looking forward, hopefully, perhaps, if not the Lions, then certainly the Wales tour of Japan, as some of these other Dragons players might be, the likes of Lewis Evans, who we saw go off earlier on. So there's tour places for Wales to play for, as well as the Lions.
Yeah, great to hear Lydiate's okay. Must have been desperate for him, watching everything that's gone on. Just glad he's back. Sensible management, really.
And it'll be an interesting one still, because we don't know how many Welsh players are going to go on the Lions tour yet, but you can bet your bottom dollar it's going to be in double figures. So there's almost a whole team going to be missing, and a chance for a few of the fringe guys like we've seen tonight as well.
Yeah, I think Steely makes a good point there. Mustn't lose sight of the fact that the big show in town is the Lions, but getting on that Wales tour will be a huge moment as well for the guys on the up.
Crouch! Touch! Set! 3-3. Pull away now. Let's go again. Let's get our head and shoulders up, please.
How much room is there in the Lions squad for Wales players, though?
Well,
you think of Lydiate, you think of Ryan Jones, not featuring last weekend.
If you think about it, Stu, right, basic maths tells you the squad will be 35, maybe you're talking about 37. 35 between 4 nations.
Touch!
That's 9 apiece. Scotland aren't going to get you 9. Ireland probably aren't going to get you 9. So the bulk of it is going to be between England and Wales. That's just as basic maths.
Should be plenty of room for us then.
Your angle is straight across the scrum. Drive straight, please.
So we leave out. That's the headache. I go as far as I think Ken Owens, people like that are in the mix, given what we've seen from the other nations in certain positions.
But I mean, you're looking at, I don't know, 15, 16, 18, maybe? More or less half the squad Welsh, you'd have thought.
Yeah, last week's side on block.
That's not kind of stupid Welsh bias. You just look at what's been happening. Now then, let's see how much fight there is there in this Dragons team. Desperately need a lift after being under the cosh for pretty much all of this game. They went down to the Ospreys 22 twice in the first half, came away with 2 penalties. They're venturing ever so close. Dixon just centimetres short of the try line. And it's worked wide, and they have fought back, and Dan Evans has got the Dragons a try.
Yeah, trying to have the cheeky one behind the posts. He's not got away with that. He's featured well, though, in the first half for the Dragons. Nice of him to get across. The Ospreys might be glad that they scored, because there was a penalty advantage underneath the post. That could have been a yellow card. Nicely done. Easy numbers.
They worked the overlap well. He claims he's kept his left arm now, I wonder. No, I think the ball does.
Just the 3 times.
Worth a shout though, Dan. 5th league try of the season for Dan Evans. The conversion attempt just that little bit too wide out. Is that a finger out, maybe? Sam Parry is the one who's maybe dislocated a finger. And that'll bring on Hugh Gustafsson. Owen Evans in support of Faletau from the restart. With the second attempt, Fotoli, everything's bouncing his way this evening, on and off the field. Nice work by Dan Biggar. Spratt looking for the blind pass, but asking a little bit too much.
Yeah, that one was fault. The left hand just couldn't get it away. Nice feet from Biggar, though. Still offload.
He's grown in confidence, hasn't he? Having a run in that Welsh shirt has really brought him out.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought his work rate throughout the Six Nations was huge. His clear outs, his defence work, the non-glamorous stuff, and the rest of it is control. His kicking game, very, very assured. He can be very pleased with how his standing, I suppose, in the game has rocketed through the championship.
Touch! Set!
Still, for me, the shot to the whole championship was in hugging his mum after the game out in Paris. Maybe still room in for some sentiment in the game. He's taking a bit of stick about it, though.
I bet. That's what it's all about, though. Shows what it means. Yeah, the territorial kicking game has been good from both sides this evening. Good gain there.
So half an hour remaining. And the Dragons having plenty to fight for before they run in to the end of the season. The Ospreys have got the Blues, of course, in the Millennium Stadium next weekend. They've got Treviso at home here, and then they've got Glasgow and Leinster both away. So even though they are in fourth at the moment, they've overtaken the Scarlets now with a bonus point because of points difference. It's going to be tough to hang on to it.
Yeah, and those two sides you mentioned might be playing for home advantage as well.
And points difference is, well, possibly an issue because they've already 95 to the good before this evening. So they should be clear on that one. But they still want to run in the tries. Ulster, well, they're slipping a bit at the moment. They were away and clear at the top of the table for such a long time and playing good rugby. A little unstuck of late. Trailing 6-0 at Edinburgh, who are having a pretty dreadful season.
Yeah, the coaches have gone, haven't they?
It's one Evans coming on for another. Jonathan for Wayne at scrum half.
3 and 5. 3, 5.
And there's a couple of Ospreys stripped and ready to come on as well. Moldovan prop Dimitri Arhip is one, and Lloyd Piers is the other. Adam Jones, another one with an excellent Six Nations. The bedrock of that Welsh scrum, which caused so many problems for so many teams.
Backwards! No.
That is a work rate, though, at a level I've not seen before. Put that on top of scrummaging. It's a huge contribution.
Nimmo. Looking for the return was Gustafsson.
Oh no.
Jonathan Evans.
Release Black!
That slow ball. So they'll have to build again. A fair play to Adam Jones. He gets them over the gain line. Dixon. Bigger with a tackle on Jonathan Evans.
Use it!
But everything the Ospreys do has got so much more pace behind it.
Yeah.
Faletau gets past Piers. And that puts them on the front foot. Up comes Dan Evans again from full-back. He's always a threat. Oh, great offload to Adam Hughes, but Fussell got across. Somehow managed to keep it alive. Nick Cudd. Waiting was Groves.
7 blue, never onside.
Offside decision going to come the Dragons' way anyway, as Jack Dixon sets it up for them.
Advantage.
Still playing advantage. Owen Evans isolated. Now support arrives.
Hold. Give it a mark.
They're having to work so much harder.
7, never onside.
Yeah, the tackling from the Ospreys very solid. Game is pretty much won, you feel, but still putting the hits in. Tipperick on that occasion, offside in the defensive line. Just see him going back there. The ball beats him out, really, unable to get back in line before he's turning to come up again.
No, that was me. I had to give him a mark first.
Dragons just wanting to pick up points
If he wants to come
as
in,
and
that's
when
fine.
they can,
The 9. If he wants
rather
to
than labour and try and get 5 and maybe come away with nothing. Go for the simple 3, which Stephen Jones gives them.
Yeah, it's almost an admission that
no more.
they can't go for the corner and break down this Ospreys defence. Ambition to try and get into bonus point territory. Just about respect, it feels, when you're taking decisions like that.
Let's go back to Phil.
Griff Rees, Ospreys backs coach. You've got the job done now, you've got the bonus point as well, but points difference is important in this league. Do you now push on then for that, or do you try and rest a few of the boys?
Obviously there's a squad in place and we want to keep some freshness there, so Adam and Ian are logical ones to bring off, but we want to raise the intensity. You're right, yeah, we don't want to just rest on our laurels, and we're a bit too passive at the moment.
And how difficult is that to raise the intensity? You know, when the bonus point's in the bag, the boys sit back and enjoy it a little bit.
Yeah, it can be. We can get too loose. So we just got to hammer home some key messages now about, you know, just keeping possession for them a bit more meaningful time than we are at the moment.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, man.
Just to remind you, if they are level on points at the end, as they are at the moment, the Scarlets and the Ospreys, that is, first criteria is matches won. They've both got 12. Then it's down to points difference, and the Ospreys have a huge advantage. 117 is what they've got, 5 is what the Scarlets have at the moment. Oh, lovely pick-up on the run by Jonathan Evans.
Yeah, very neatly tidied up. Good covering run from the scrum half.
Just be careful when the 9 is running past you with your foot. I know you didn't.
So the chip, you can see there's a space, but beaten to it, in fairness. Jonathan Evans, before the contact comes in, the reeking kick to the corner.
Cleverly done the Haberfield. So tight down there, brilliantly kept alive by the two of them.
He's dived in.
Side entry under pressure.
Between them, Tom Haberfield and Khan Fotwali magically kept that alive down that left flank.
Side.
Oh, he's a box of tricks, isn't he? You can see him processing the options. Let's have a little look at this pass. There we go. Through the legs, nearly works his winger away. Haberfield, though, throws the pass. Look at that for a scoop up. And then it's about options, the show for the kick, the step. Well marshalled by Adam Hughes, in fairness, who then gets up and challenges for the loose ball. That's good defensive work from the Dragons winger.
Well, the Italian scrum half, Tito Tebaldi, is going to have some act to follow next season. That's who the Ospreys have signed as a replacement for Khan Fotwali. Good take by Alan Wynne-Jones. Spratt. Fussell, as ever, looking to join the attack. 28 league tries, Richard Fussell. Another one who's been knocking on the door of recognition without it opening for him.
That's very good work from Pat Leach. Big centre getting in there.
Well, guys,
turning it into a maul, not allowing Fussell control in the contact. Watch him work to keep him on his feet. He's actually lifting him off the ground. There's both centres of the Dragons combining. It's called a maul. Ball clearly held up off the ground to an over. Well played.
They said the weather was coming back in later on.
And then you can scrummage, okay?
Unfortunately, they were right.
I think that's my golf gone for a Burton tomorrow.
There are some bits of Wales where a white golf ball will do you absolutely no good whatsoever.
Just have to go shopping instead, no?
Let's move back a couple of rows. Make sure you're under the stand. The one Dragons try from Dan Evans. One time they managed to get past the defence, but the Ospreys try, which got them bonus point, was a beauty. So many options available, great support and running, and wonderfully finished by Tom Isaacs.
Points here, yeah. With square and steady, put it in, please.
Roger Blythe, Jeff Atherton will be very happy with what they're seeing.
Crouch!
Ruho still busy making calls. Well, the defence standing firm, standing his ground.
Standing up.
Jonathan Evans was looking for somebody to come on, some kind of angle. It's a very well organised Osprey defence.
Captain, there's no advantage over there, okay?
Come on, guys, take them on, put it to the corner.
It's not even a gimme, is it? Is it?
Well, that's the thing. It's, you know, it's a difficult kick.
Okay. Substitution made. Yeah, make the substitution now if you want. Just hold for a sec, actually, hold.
This requires some effort from Steffan Jones. It's got the legs again, but again, because of the effort needed, the accuracy goes.
Just at the end, doesn't it? Looked good for so long, just takes the post.
Phil.
Darren Edwards, Dragons coach. How pleasing is the spirit in the second half? Because you haven't folded here.
No, the boys are battling hard. You know, we've missed 8 points in kicks, so we've got ourselves in the 20s. You know, it's just about building your score and trying to keep that scoreboard ticking over.
Boys on commentary were talking about the Wales tour of Japan. Who in your side would you hope could make it? Lewis Evans, I mentioned.
Yeah, we've got another Jonathan Evans, the 9, Jack Dixon, the 12. You know, there's some really good young players out there.
What about the rest of the game now? How do you? It's just a case of digging in, is it?
No, it's about seeing if we can get some more points on that board. You know, we want to try and pressurise the Ospreys as much as possible. You know, there's important things we need to get out of this game today.
And finally, good news on Dan Lydiate. No problem with him for the 40 minutes?
No, he's come through really well. Very pleased about that.
Great stuff. Thanks, Darren.
Cheers.
Fussell gets away from the danger area. Isaacs links up with Fussell again. Alan Wynne-Jones in support. Fussell tries to do it all on his own, and Steffan Jones does enough to prevent him. But support is there, led by Lloyd Pearce. Back comes the ball to Bigger. Spratt, Tipperick. Good hands out to Beck. Beck weaving and still going, looking to fend. Haberfield in there with him, just short. Dragons defending desperately on their own try line, but the Ospreys have their hands on it. Haberfield. The Ospreys forwards want to have a go, they want to drive Justin Tipperick over. He's gone to ground a couple of metres short.
Hands away, 4!
King, the link to Bigger, huge gap on the outside, but Spratt can't get the ball away.
forwards.
Now they can, and it's Dan Biggar who romps home. It had to come in the end. Could have scored it earlier, but in the end, it's Dan Biggar who gets number 5 for the Ospreys.
Yeah, on that occasion, Spratt didn't have the awareness, I suppose. Players outside couldn't get it away at least, but finished off in the end. But it's Isaac where it started. Lovely break, and he could see that Fussell was coming up on the inside. Fussell left and right, but unable to break the tackle. But through the phases, always in control. And eventually that's the feed that sees Biggar able to amble over. Recycling of the ball has been excellent. A sense of a team that always in control of the ball.
Hasn't missed a kick. Has a try to add to it. Continues his 100% record. It's 18 for Daniel Biggar. It's 38 for the Ospreys.
Yeah, and that was a lovely score. Dragons scrambling back, defending as best as they were able, but eventually, after a number of phases, the numbers tell.
The Ospreys bring on Rhys Webb, Bakan Fotwali. He said before the game he was influential. That proved to be a bit of an understatement. And Richard Hibbard has done his shift as well. Scott Baldwin, ever improving.
Yeah, I'd be very impressed with Scott Baldwin in recent games. Very mobile hooker, high work rate.
But that's the difference though. Dragons just looking to get points any way they can, looking to kick for 3 and keep in touch. The Ospreys having the wherewithal and the firepower to score whenever the opportunity arises. Baldwin setting it up again. Quarter of an hour remaining. Rhys Webb. So good at creating space for each other, giving people a bit of time on the ball. Jonathan Evans leaves it for Dan Evans.
Release Black!
Nimmo has to go from a standing start.
1. Yeah.
In the end, Jonathan Evans has to go the aerial route, and again Biggar had covered the ground. Kick may have been out in the full, but
Yeah, I see it.
his defensive work was excellent, and that's hurt.
Yeah. Hang on, please. No. Yeah. Excuse me. Hang on, please. Okay, time off.
He's okay though.
Still we are. Great, you're off.
As Sean Hawley was pointing out before the game, his reading of the situation, his covering of the corners, and his taking of those high balls has been top quality.
Yeah, not quite sure what happens here. Oh, just turns the ankle. Well, the fact that he's got up and straight back on suggests that it's a tweak. When you're not in, getting the foot square on the ground, he can really do some damage to an ankle there. So good that it can cause him problems.
Yeah, he just landed on the tackler's leg, didn't he? And
Backwards.
just tipped over on the ankle. Oh, great work by Jonathan Evans. Finding a bit of space, getting in behind the Ospreys defenders. Jevon Groves in support. Faletau hit back hard in a tackle by Arhip. Ball still there though for the Dragons. Hud. Stefan Jones to Dixon.
You mentioned Cud, he's a strong runner, isn't he? Looks a handful.
Yeah, just at the one game for the Scarlets before switching over to the Dragons, but has played every game for them since.
Advantage!
Spilt by Groves. And with the Ospreys unable to take advantage, they'll come back for the scrum, but forgivable under the circumstances. The rain still teeming down.
Yeah, it's not nice out there, is it? Bitterly cold as well. Nothing wrong with the pass though. Unforced error.
Time on, please. Straight now, please.
Phil Price's
Boynes unengaged.
first scrum. There is Danny Lydiate. Coming through his first full 40 minutes in almost 6 months.
Touch! Set!
A building process between now and the end of the season.
Play on.
Jonathan Thomas collared and Faletau picks up. Faletau stretches for the corner and he slides home. Unexpected, but very welcome indeed for the Dragons.
Well, you mentioned Bigger. That was something he could have done without. Ospreys making a mess of it at the base. And Faletau really picks up the pace earlier. No winger at home for the Ospreys, so he goes for the corner and Bigger's got to take him low. Makes the mistake of going high. Faletau rides it. Here we go, just spills loose, thank you very much. And watch the fend from Faletau. There we go, that's the important one. If Bigger doesn't get the contact early there, he's never going to bring him down. Transfers the ball into the left hand, plants the hand in the middle of the chest and rides the tackle home.
Dan Evans takes over the kicking duties with the departure of Stefan Jones. Dragged across the face, not by much. The extras not being added by the Dragons this evening. Still, they've kept on fighting, they kept on scoring, which is what their coach wanted them to do. And as you'd expect, after a heavy Six Nations, the internationals have done their job. They're having a breather, and the ex-internationals in some cases coming on to fill the gaps.
Out Black.
Well, taken by Ben John. He just come on the field, but makes his presence felt immediately. Duncan Jones to Bigger. Fussell.
It was Will Harris that read the move well there.
Use it!
Dimitri Arhip. Webb again trying to make use of conditions. It's difficult to defend, and that's offside.
This one's going to go to the corner.
Captain? Yeah. Off you go, Trent.
Putting the ball into the corner. There's Dan Bigger's final act. It's been another very, very competent performance from Dan Bigger. 18 points for him, including the team's 5th try. Matthew Morgan to see the game home. Lloyd Piers takes the line and allows a drive on, led by George Stowers. Penalty coming, presumably, if they can't go all the way. Webb, our hip. They're within a couple of metres. And again, Cudd was over the ball, making a nuisance of himself.
Collapse in the ball.
The crowd just a touch under 10,000. Which is what the Ospreys had predicted.
Maul collapsed. Immediately. Yes.
Some more defending for the Dragons to do late on. Taken by King, nicely brought down. Good position to get the drive on.
Once from off.
Our hip in charge and being driven over the try line. It looks good, and the referee doesn't even need a TMO. And what a great moment for Dimitri Arhip, the Moldovan, getting his first try for the Ospreys.
Is he the first Moldovan to score for the Ospreys? The stats on that one?
Looking forward to Steely's interview afterwards.
Very well worked though, wasn't it? Thought Nimmo was getting in there as a spoiler, but they really got the drive on. Look at the momentum there. You can see the Dragons second row trying to get over the top, but all the momentum is with the Ospreys pack. Arhip that's in the driving seat, using the men in front of him as the blockers. Over he goes.
Matthew Morgan edges them ever closer to half century. Great drive. The whole pack in there and creating a perfect position for Dimitri.
Nothing you can do about it.
I don't know about Moldovans, but with Croatia coming here on Tuesday night, maybe the most interested spectator will be Chris Coleman, wondering how the pitch will cut up, maybe hoping it will do a bit more.
Not this pitch.
Dan Evans looking to work a bit of magic. It was well cut out by the try scorer. Arhip getting across very well indeed. Stowers. Beck again finding the space. Seems to pick up the angles, as does Matthew Morgan, and he's in acres of space. He had Ben John alongside him, didn't need to do anything except draw the last man. And that's a try gone begging, but the chance is still on because Tipperick is waiting on the right wing, and it's Justin Tipperick, number 7, who slides over for try number 7, and they're over 50.
Yeah, and possibly the most popular try of the evening. It's not what you'd expect from an open side flanker scoring in that fashion. You may as well have him there as a winger because he's got the pace to finish it. Goes down early, slides in. Very nice indeed. Nicely seen. Was it Beck with a kick? I don't know. There we go. Never getting that. Good vision, good execution.
And they say you could put just about any shirt on his back. And lurking with intent on the right wing and making the most of it, the toast of Trebanos, Justin Tipperick. And the ball squeezed home again by Matthew Morgan, and the game finishing the way it started, with the Ospreys dominant.
Well, it's been a tough evening, isn't it, for the Dragons? They're simply not able to cover all the holes now.
Well, they conceded 60 points at home to Glasgow a couple of weeks ago when we were at Rodney Parade with scrum 5. This has been nothing similar to that. They capitulated on that evening. They've given it a good fight this evening, but they are up against, well, far classier opponents. Yeah. And there's a card coming late on. Nobody in any particular rush to depart.
Yeah.
There we are.
Clear release.
Bit of everything for Dimitri Arhip tonight. Couple of runs, couple of tackles, a try and a yellow card.
Lax move.
The Dragons looking for some more late crumbs of consolation. The ball is not out of play. Gustafsson.
And release 11.
The ball on its way back from Dan Evans, Jonathan Evans.
Away 17.
Could there be a bit of space out wide again? Will Harris dragged down, but not dragged out, released first. And Hallam Amos just driven back away from that try line. Gustafsson. And now the Ospreys galvanised into a bit of defensive work. Adam Jones, well picked out by Harris. Needs support from his forwards. That arrives. Jonathan Evans has a little dart. He's threatened around the fringes. Amos in the scrum half. Another pick and go from Gustafsson. Determined running. Nimmo trying to give support. Tipperick crashing in. Jonathan Evans gets it away, but there are plenty of defenders out wide. And Stowers manages to get over the ball and turn it over. Illegally though, as the penalty comes. Still, well, we're going to go for man of the match, but they kept on going. Adam Jones has lost it. Loses the ball over the try line, and that will be the end of the game.
Last forward, that's it, boys.
The win is there for the Ospreys, a comprehensive one in the end. 7 tries to 2 in the margin of 52 points to 19. Still your man of the match at the end here.
Well, a mighty performance from all the Ospreys, but for me, Ashley Beck just shading Khan Fotuali for the man of the match award this evening. Excellent performance, very hungry for rugby and showing up in very good company.
Yeah, a number of contenders for the Ospreys. Fotuali got the first of the 7 tries. He managed to get the bonus point just after half-time, and despite 2 for the Dragons themselves, outclassed in the end. The Ospreys back in the top 4. and looking to stay, if they can, in playoff contention. They've done everything they possibly could this evening. 7 tries to 2, and they've beaten the Dragons by 52 points to 19.